Welcome to Mind Snack Flicks. Today, we are diving deep into the Tibetan Book of the Dead, an ancient manual for the soul's journey after death. Think of it as a roadmap through the wild, strange, and sometimes terrifying world between life and what comes next. Get ready to explore visions, spirits, and mysteries that have fascinated people for centuries. So, what is the Tibetan Book of the Dead? It's called the Bardo Thodol, which roughly translates to liberation through hearing in the intermediate state. Sounds mystical already, right? The idea is this. After you die, your consciousness doesn't just vanish. It goes through a journey, a series of stages called bardos. These bardos are like dream states, where you face visions, memories, emotions, even deities. Some are beautiful, others terrifying, but according to the text, none of it is real in the way we think. It's all a projection of your own mind. It's meant to be read to someone who's dying or already dead, like a guide whispered into their ear to help them navigate the chaos, recognize what's happening, and maybe, just maybe, break free from the endless cycle of reincarnation. But here's the thing. You don't have to believe in reincarnation or Tibetan Buddhism or even life after death to find this fascinating. Because at its core, this book is about consciousness. What happens when the ego fades, when your attachments fall away, and you're left face to face with yourself. It asks, are you ready to meet what's really inside your mind? Whether you see it as spiritual truth, symbolic wisdom, or just a poetic story, it hits something deep. It makes you wonder, what if death isn't the end, but just the next strange, beautiful step in a much bigger journey? Let that idea sit with you for a minute. We're just getting started. According to the Tibetan Book of the Dead, the moment of death is just the beginning. The soul enters what's called the bardos, liminal states between death and rebirth. There are three main bardos, and each one holds its own strange and powerful experiences. Let's start with the first. The first bardo is Chikai Bardo, the moment of dying. It's said that right after death, the mind separates from the body and experiences a burst of pure, radiant light, the clear light of reality. This is the most crucial moment. If you recognize this light as your true nature, you can attain liberation. You can break free. No reincarnation, no suffering, just release. But most of us don't. The light is overwhelming. The ego clings to fear, confusion, attachment, and so the journey continues. The second bardo is Chonyid Bardo, the realm of visions. This is where things get wild. The mind begins to project powerful imagery, peaceful deities, vibrant lights, even terrifying wrathful beings. But none of it is truly external. These are reflections of your own mind, your karma, your desires, your fears. If you realize that, if you see them without running, you can still be liberated. But again, most don't. They react, they cling, they panic. Then comes the third bardo, Sidpa Bardo, the pull toward rebirth. At this point, the soul is being drawn back into the world. It sees visions of parents, sexual energy, portals into new lives. Your karma decides where you go: higher realm, lower realm, animal, human, spirit. The cycle begins again, unless you awaken. Now, whether you take this as literal truth, spiritual metaphor, or just ancient myth, the structure is fascinating. It's like a mirror held up to the soul, asking, what are you when everything else falls away? This is the journey the Tibetan Book of the Dead lays out, and it's just beginning. As the soul moves through the second bardo, Chonyid Bardo, things get intense. This is where the mind projects visions. Not random ones, deeply symbolic, powerful ones. First come the peaceful deities, radiant, calm beings, often appearing in shimmering light. In Tibetan teachings, there are 42 of them. They represent clarity, wisdom, and awakened mind. They're not here to judge. They're showing you your true nature. But if you don't recognize that, if fear, doubt, or attachment cloud your vision, the experience shifts. And then come the wrathful deities, 58 of them, terrifying, wild, and chaotic. They can appear as demons, monsters, beings with flaming eyes and weapons in every hand. But here's the twist: they're not evil. They're said to be expressions of the same enlightened mind, just in a more raw, forceful form. They're not here to punish you. They're trying to wake you up. Think of it like a dream, your own mind creating intense symbols to shake you, to reflect you, to push you toward awareness. And just like in dreams, if you panic, you're pulled deeper. If you realize this is all you break through. Some say these deities are real. Others say they're metaphors for the forces inside us: compassion, rage, clarity, chaos. Either way, they serve the same purpose: to confront you with what's unhealed, what's hidden, and what's possible. In the end, the peaceful and wrathful deities aren't separate from you. They are you, in your most vivid, cosmic, and terrifying form. The question is, can you face yourself and not look away?
What the Tibetan Book of the Dead really tells us. So what are we supposed to do with all this? The visions, the deities, the bardos, the idea that death is just another passage. It's heavy, it's strange, it's beautiful, and it doesn't come with easy answers. The Tibetan Book of the Dead isn't trying to convert you to anything. It's not saying this is exactly what happens. It's saying pay attention to your mind, to your habits, to what you fear and what you cling to. Because when all of this, the body, the identity, the world, starts to fall away, what's left? That's the question it asks. Maybe you see it as literal truth, peaceful. Maybe as metaphor. Maybe just as a poetic way of understanding something we all face, the unknown. But here's the thing. Whether you're dreaming, meditating, tripping, or dying, the mind is always showing you something. And if you can stay present, stay open, stay calm, you might just see beyond the illusion. So, yeah, maybe the afterlife is a psychedelic soul journey full of gods and monsters. Is facing everything you ever were, everything you ever denied, and everything you could become. The Tibetan Book of the Dead doesn't promise safety. It promises awakening, if you're ready for it. And if not, thanks for watching Mind Snack Flicks. See you in the next one.